Hello everyone and welcome back to the crazy town of EU4 Emperor update. I'm sure most of you have seen the early revoke posts on Reddit. I just saw today someone revoking Privilegia in 1460. That's crazy fast, and so I decided to check it out myself. I set out to play as Austria, listening to some nice music and playing the game casually. And I managed to revoke in 1489. Bear in mind, this is without any exploits or actually tryharding. The Burgundian inheritance hasn't even fired for me yet. So here's how you revoke Privilegia starting as the Emperor Austria in the first few decades. There's no exploit, no RNG, just a normal game of EU4 in the 1.30 patch. I'm not going to give you a play-by-play on what I did as I want to keep this video short. Instead, we'll just talk about some key strategic steps that will ensure early revoke for you as well. First, don't worry about the Shadow Kingdom. With the new imperial incidents, the HRE princes will likely vote to abandon Italy, which will cost us about 10 imperial authority. The other option is to reign in Italy, which gives us plus 10 imperial authority. This incident fires in 1460, and you should vote to abandon Italy. Yes, it sounds counterproductive, because the whole idea is that if we have more princes in the empire, we will get more imperial authority. But with the new changes to the game, it's better to abandon Italy, because then the Italian nations can rejoin HRE and give us plus 10 imperial authority per nation. So overall, we will come out way ahead. Second, getting the AI in the HRE. So now the Italians have left the HRE, easiest way to get them back is by improving relations. It's actually surprising how easy it is. All you need to do is improve relations with them, and if they're small nations, they will just join the HRE, giving heaps of free imperial authority. If they're slightly bigger, such as Naples, who in this batch becomes independent early on, you can ally them, then royal marry and proclaim guarantee. The idea is to improve their relations of us, because the more development they have, the more relations they need with the emperor to join the HRE. So just stack the improved relations modifiers on them, and then wait while they improve relations with us. Yes, that means we will be over relation limit almost all game, but it's just Diplo points, so we aren't losing much. And you should also annul royal marriages. We get stab hits from it and it costs admin, but it's worth it. Or if you don't want to rush revoking, you can just wait till you have completed Diplo ideas, then you won't get stab hit for breaking royal marriages. And you can do this to every nation. I got Naples in the HRE using this. I even got Provence in the HRE by just having better relations. Number 3, Balkans in the HRE. Getting the Balkan nations of Bosnia, Serbia, Wallachia and Albania can be a bit tricky because they likely won't join the HRE after you have improved relations with them. To hasten this process, we can use the new CB of Expand Empire. We get this CB once the third imperial reform is passed. Now in the current 1.30.1 patch, this CB isn't working as intended. It's a bit buggy. But you can still use the CB to attack nations that neighbor HRE. So we can attack Bosnia and Serbia and Wallachia, but we don't enforce Expand Empire on them. Instead, we force religion and peace them out. Now they're Catholic and are much more likely to join the HRE because of relation bonus. Again, you can ally them, royal marry them, guarantee and all that, and soon enough they will join the empire. Number 4, dealing with Venice. You should really rival Venice at the start, as that will give you something to do while you're playing the relations game around HRE. Also, they have a few more releasable tags now. So we can release Aquileia, Dalmatia, Verona and Padua from them. And again, all these tags are likely small enough that they will instantly join the HRE, or you can just improve relations with them and wait. But what about nations that are too big to join? It's inevitable that some nations will get a bit too big to join the empire. You might get lucky and maybe this never happens to you, but we are trying to cover all possibilities here. In my game, it was Savoy who became a bit too big. I still had high relations with them, so they added all provinces to the empire, but they couldn't join the empire themselves because of development. So I attacked them using the Imperial Band CB, released what I could, returned a couple of cores, and that was it. They were able to join the HRE soon after. And that's really all I did in my game. I did not do anything too crazy. I declared only a few wars to get the PUs on Hungary, Bohemia and Milan, which you will always get. I didn't even get the Burgundian inheritance, which can add a ton of new tags in the lowland area, giving you more imperial authority. You can make it even faster if you release tags from your potential PU subjects. You can release Croatia, Nitra and Transylvania from Hungary, and you can release Lusatia from Bohemia and release their subjects as well. And if you're desperate, you can even release your own course of Tyrol and Styria, but all that is unnecessary. You just need to time your wars around the imperial authority growth to make sure you're not wasting the imperial authority and passing reforms right at 50 imperial authority or around it. You will still lose some here and there, but that should be okay. So without breaking a sweat, you can still revoke Privilegia way too early. And just like I mentioned in my no reformation video, this isn't even using an exploit. This is the game mechanics working as intended in the 1.30.1 patch. And I hope some of these mechanics will get patched up. First of all, the Expand Empire CB needs to be reworked and not be buggy. Second, the AI needs to be more reluctant to join the HRE. And third, it might even be a good idea to decrease the imperial authority gain from nations joining HRE to maybe 5 instead of 10 per nation. So we'll just wait and see what the devs do. Hopefully the next patch fixes some of these issues, because revoking Privilegia in 1400s is not balanced. It makes the game way too easy in my opinion. And that's it from my side for this short video. Let me know in comments how are your HRE games going and how did you manage to revoke Privilegia before 1500. It's always great to hear from you all. You are watching a Radiator's Guide. Thank you for your time, and I'll see you all in the next one.